Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
The Athens Board of Education is a step closer to making a decision about the facilities master plan. Good evening, I'm Justin Holbrook. Thanks for joining us. There's been a lot of talk about what will happen to the Athens elementary schools under the plan. But what about Athens High School? The school's Board of Education will hold a special board meeting this Thursday. According to Superintendent Tom Gibbs, experts will recommend whether the school should make renovations or construct a new building. The cost of renovation is estimated at $24 million, while it would take about $30 million to construct a new building.
You know, the pros of a new building are we can certainly, update and provide more 21st century learning environment. The pros of renovating are that that you're using what's already there. The cost is arguably lower.
There is no intention to make a decision at this meeting, and the board has until September 30th to decide. An Athens County Municipal Court judge found an Ohio University student not guilty for protesting in Baker University Center. Michael Mayberry was one of 70 students arrested in February for criminal trespassing during the sit-in protest. The 23-year-old OU student and others were protesting to make OU a sanctuary campus and protesting against President Trump's immigration policy.
Well, it's really a relief. I mean, primarily I feel relieved and I feel really ecstatic and glad to be got off the hook, but I don't think it's the end of this battle. I won't be really relieved until everybody gets off and until we can get back to the issues at hand, the issues that we were protesting in the first place. So.
I feel so much better going into it tomorrow, and I think there's a great possibility that I'll also be found not guilty, so I'm looking forward to that.
15 other students arrested with Mayberry in Baker Center have already entered into plea deals, and some are awaiting trial. The Athens Police Department may soon be able to participate in the Athens County Sheriff's Special Response Team. Athens City Council members will consider the measure at tonight's meeting. The Special Response Team is made up of volunteers from the deputies and tasked with high-risk responsibilities. A new fire truck is coming to the Jacksonville Volunteer Fire Department in Athens County. The department was awarded $135,000 in grant funding from the Ohio Development Services Agency. The truck will cost about $100,000, while the rest of the money will go toward new cordless hydraulic rescue tools, commonly known as the Jaws of Life. Jacksonville's current fire truck is nearly 30 years old. Athens County Commissioners may provide the Alexander School District with sewer service for its wellness center. According to the Athens Messenger, in 2002, County Commissioners signed an agreement with Albany that created the Greater Albany Service Area. This gave the Village of Albany the right to provide sewer service to that area. But the village and the school district have been in dispute over the sewer service since its construction started on the Wellness Center. Mayor Tim Kirkendall says the project, if built, would go against their intergovernmental agreement.
The school has spent over $300,000 in lawyer fees and putting in their own little private septic system out there for the wellness center. They spent over $300,000. If they would have annexed into the village, we'd have charged them $28,000 for a tap for that wellness center. So I don't know why they would want to spend $300,000 of taxpayers' money compared to $28,000.
Albany plans to shut off sewer service to the schools if the district decides not to annex the school property into the village by July 31st. O'Bleness Hospital is currently being filed for a wrongful death lawsuit over Michael Gillen's death last year. The lawsuit, filed by his wife Jennifer, states that doctors at O'Bleness failed to diagnose a flesh-eating disease on Michael's right leg. The diagnosis was then made at the Ohio State University Medical Center, where Gillen's leg was amputated. He died just 5 days later. O'Bleness Hospital cannot comment on the case due to pending litigation.
From the Newswatch Weather Center, I'm forecaster Ethan Emery, and today was kind of a muggy kind of day outside. You could thank the weekend, as we did see that rain coming in on Sunday. Here's a photo from a viewer at John Means More, a Twitter user, actually a good friend of mine, John Scott. This photo was taken in Hillsborough, Ohio, my actually hometown. You can see this roll cloud, which is actually a type of Arcus cloud, and those kind of clouds form ahead of a line of thunderstorms from that cool wind you see. And if you have any photos, please send them in to me. You can tweet them at me at Ethan Emery WX. You can Facebook or tweet at WUB, and make sure you do include the location and the source of the photo. Now, temperatures right now across the region are still fairly mild. We have 67 degrees here in Athens with that muggy air, 68 up in Columbus. A little cooler over in Chillicothe, and then 63 degrees up in Cambridge. Now overnight tonight, temperatures will begin to fall, but not very much. 8 p.m. 64, by midnight 57 degrees, and by 4 a.m. 56 degrees.
A fight at a packed Cincinnati nightclub left 1 man dead and 16 others wounded. According to a group that tracks gun violence, it's the worst mass shooting in the United States so far this year. Now, police are trying to find those involved in the gunfight that occurred early Sunday morning. Mary Maloney has more.
Chaos at a Cincinnati club as gunshots force people to flee.
People running, dodging, trying to get out the way.
In order to get into this nightclub, people were searched for weapons, but police say somehow multiple people smuggled in guns and opened fire.
It was people coming out bloody, gunshot wounds on them. People, some of their friends carrying them to the car.
Witnesses say at least 20 shots were fired. Police say 16 people were shot.
Trying to figure out what's going to be the end of it, if I'm going to be able to make it home.
4 police officers near the entrance rushed inside to find the dance floor covered with blood.
They ran in, they tended to the victims. My understanding is they literally have to step over some victims to get to more critically wounded victims.
The mass shooting claimed the life of 27-year-old O'Brien Spikes.
You're a little bit lost for words, lost for emotions.
We have had incidents here in the past, but this is the worst by far.
Now, police are trying to figure out what started the deadly gunfight and who to blame.
We need all the help that we can get.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
According to Cincinnati Police Chief Elliot Isaac, 5 of the 16 people wounded are still being hospitalized. He said 2 victims are in very critical condition and the other 3 are in very serious condition. Ohio Governor John Kasich says he won't battle Trump for the presidential office. In an interview with CNN's Dana Bash, Kasich repeatedly said no when asked about challenging the president. In February, close associates of the governor announced the creation of the independent political group. It's called 2 Pass America, and it will focus on Kasich's campaign themes.
My job, believe me, my job is to be a voice that's constructive. I'm not really interested in running for political office again. I'm interested in being a voice that can help bring the country together again.
Kasich is also rolling out his new book at the end of next month called 2 Pass, America Divided or United. Vice President Mike Pence met Saturday with small business leaders in Charleston, West Virginia. Pence told the crowd that President Trump will be the best friend American small business will ever have. He also addressed the health care for small business owners and employees.
Obamacare is going to continue to explode. And when Republicans and Democrats finally decide to come together and repeal and replace Obamacare, we'll be ready to get the job done.
Following the meeting, Pence made a stop at a Make America Great Again rally. President Trump's son-in-law is offering to speak to a panel in regards to ongoing investigation into ties with Russia, plus details on the postponement of Neil Gorsuch's Supreme Court nomination. And President Trump and the rest of the White House are looking to get things back on track after a devastating defeat. His next step and more when Newswatch returns.
Students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, this is it. And she said, the tour's just started. I said, no, you don't understand. This is it.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Last Friday, the House GOP's healthcare bill suffered defeat before even being put to a vote. Today, President Trump is hoping to embark on a new week by shifting focus back to some of his central campaign themes. But it may not be as easy as he thinks. Kristen Holmes has the latest from Washington.
Thank you very much.
President Donald Trump looking to move on and move past Friday's health care debacle. While meeting with women small business owners at the White House, he made clear what he wants to focus on.
Empowering and promoting women in business is an absolute priority in the Trump administration.
But Washington's still assessing what went wrong when President Trump and Speaker Paul Ryan failed to broker a deal to repeal and replace Obamacare. Over the weekend, Trump pinning the blame on the conservative wing of the Republican Party, tweeting, "Democrats are smiling in D.C. that the Freedom Caucus, with the help of Club for Growth and Heritage, have saved Planned Parenthood and O-Care." The response from the Freedom Caucus:
"Well, we want President Trump to be a success. If prices go up through 2020, that's going to pose a problem for our voters back home."
The White House also tamping down reports of tension between Trump and Ryan.
He doesn't blame Paul Ryan. In fact, he thought Paul Ryan worked really hard. He enjoys his relationship with Paul Ryan, thinks that Paul Ryan's a great Speaker of the House.
The president now turning to sweeping tax reform, another one of his key campaign promises, but will likely run into many of the same obstacles he faced with health care, leading some to suggest the president should use a very different strategy.
We learned a lot through this process. I think we're obviously looking at ways that we can improve not only how we handle healthcare, but other things, how we do everything.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes.
According to a daily poll from Gallup, President Trump's approval rating fell to 36% today after being at 41% before the vote was polled. That 36% means President Trump has dipped below the all-time lows of Presidents Obama, Clinton, and Ford. President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, may be questioned as part of the probe into ties between Russia and the president's associates. The Senate Intelligence Committee wants to question Kushner about meetings he arranged with Russia's ambassador to the U.S., Sergei Kislyak. The White House confirmed the meeting happened. Also attending that meeting is former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who resigned last month after admitting to misleading Vice President Pence and others. Senate Democrats are delaying action on Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch today. Gorsuch will now face a committee on April 3rd. The vote will happen on April 3rd, with the delay being widely expected. Gorsuch needs the members' 60 votes to pass, and there are 52 senators that are Republicans, and he needs votes from the Democrats to also get over that line. However, some Republicans, including the president, have suggested changing the rules to be a simple majority vote. United Airlines is defending its decision to bar 2 teenage girls from boarding a flight for wearing leggings. Yesterday's incident sparked a social media backlash against the airline. In a statement, United says the girls were reportedly past travelers. That means they were dependents of United employees who can fly for free on a standby basis. United says such travelers cannot wear certain articles of clothing as they are representatives of the airlines. United also clarified that its regular customers are allowed to wear leggings. And despite that backlash, United was up in the market today by nearly 50 cents. And here's a look at stocks of local interest. After the break, a new study that may be the answer to why you're not losing weight. That story's still ahead.
And showers and storms overnight tonight, and then bringing in some spring temperatures. All that and more coming up next on Newswatch.
Professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
From the Newswatch Weather Center, I'm forecaster Ethan Emery. Currently, temperatures right now across the region are still fairly mild, with those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s in places. 68 degrees up here in Columbus, 67 degrees here in Athens, and then 65 degrees in Ripley. A little cooler spot over in Chillicothe at 59 degrees. That's all because there's some rain coming in from the south and west, which we'll be seeing more of that overnight tonight. Now, temperatures today did reach a high of 67 degrees, which is a little bit above average for this time of year. And then that low is only 52 degrees, which is actually 2 degrees shy of the normal high for this time of year. And those records were untouched. And that sunrise and sunset, you can see the sunrise sunset is beginning to spread further and further apart, which means that spring is beginning to move forward. Now, overnight tonight, temperatures will begin to fall slightly as we have 8 p.m., 64 degrees, and then by 4 a.m., 56 degrees. We have thunderstorms moving in the area, transitioning over to all rain. So anything overnight tonight, it's going to be pretty wet. 55 degrees here in Athens, 54 in New Lexington, 55 in Ripley, and then 58 down in Ironton. And like I did say, Athens is going to reach a low of around 55 degrees. Thunderstorms early, but mostly raining overnight tonight with those cloudy conditions. And those winds will be pretty light out of the south, but in a thunderstorm, expect some higher wind gusts, maybe nothing more than 30 miles per hour. Now, it's all in part because this low pressure you can see right over here across the Ohio Valley region is going to move over to the east, and that will generate some showers early tomorrow morning. But you can see behind it, it's kind of clear skies, which it does show a roll for the 7-day forecast coming up here in a few minutes. Now, the bus stop for tomorrow morning, 55 degrees with those spotty showers, mostly cloudy skies. You'll bring the umbrella, but you won't need it for the afternoon hours with those winds out of the north at 0 to 5 miles per hour. And then by 8 a.m., 55, noon 61, and then by 4 o'clock, I have 64 degrees, and that rain will be tapering off before the noon hour. And then high tomorrow will be around 63 over New Lexington, 68 down in Ironton, and then a cooler spot up in Cambridge at 61 degrees. Here in Athens, a high of 65 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, and those showers will begin to end before the noon hour, and those winds will be out of the north and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and they'll begin to pick up a little bit as tomorrow goes on from that rain. After that rain moves through, it'll begin a little bit windier. Now, it's 65 degrees for tomorrow, Wednesday 66 with sunny skies, a beautiful day to go out, maybe do some outdoor activities. And then Thursday, chance of rain does return for both Thursday and Friday. I have a high of 70, then 64. And then the weekend looks beautiful with 58 degrees on Saturday, 64 degrees on Sunday, and those 60s begin to stick around as that spring air is sticking in the area.
All right, thanks, Ethan. For decades, people have been looking for the best exercise to blast stubborn fat. Whether it was the Jane Fonda workouts of old to today's CrossFit and Zumba, it seems everyone has a weight loss exercise they swear by. But one new study might help provide an answer. Kim Hutcherson has the details in today's Health Minute.
It's an age-old debate among fitness gurus. What kind of exercise is best for weight loss? Classic cardio, strength training, or a combination of the two? An 8-month study that followed 119 overweight volunteers found that cardio was the winner. After tracking subjects who did resistance training, aerobic exercise, or a combination of the two, Duke University researchers found those who did aerobic work alone shed the most pounds. But don't retire your barbells just yet. The group that did both cardio and strength training actually had the most improved ratio of fat to lean muscle mass. Experts say it's important to throw some weight around, especially as you get older and start losing muscle mass. So do both. Next time you hit the gym, start with weights and finish with cardio. But remember, when it comes to losing weight, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. So don't forget to make healthy food choices too. This winning combo will surely help you shed those pounds. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Health officials also say sleeping enough and drinking lots of water helps with weight loss. Now let's go over to Megan Stamper for sports.
Thanks, Justin. Tonight, we'll take a look at an exciting Elite 8 matchup and an Ohio University player who is looking to take his talents to the next level, next on Newswatch. And make sure you stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, this is it. And she said, the tour's just started. I said, no, you don't understand. This is it.
Welcome back, I'm Megan Stamper. March means there's no lack of exciting basketball, and this year's NCAA tournament has lived up to expectations. Last night, we got to see another classic between two storied programs, North Carolina and Kentucky. The two teams traded the lead all game, and it looked like North Carolina had it in the bag towards the end. They finished on a 16-9 run, but Malik Monk from Kentucky tied the game with a contested shot with 7.2 seconds left, and when North Carolina got the ball back, Luke May hit a jumper with 0.3 seconds to go in the game to give them the 75-73 win. Next up for the Tar Heels, they faced the Oregon Ducks in the Final Four, who are the champions from the Midwest region. And one of Ohio University's own basketball players is trying to take his game to the next level. Redshirt junior Jerron Simmons announced today that he plans to declare for the 2017 NBA draft. Simmons is not hiring an agent so that he can keep his eligibility to return to Ohio next season. If he is selected, he can participate in the NBA draft combine from May 9th through the 12th. Simmons started all 66 games during his time for the Bobcats, and his 475 career assists are the fourth most in Ohio history. The NBA draft is going to be held on June 22nd. And Ohio softball opened MAC play this weekend on a high note with a sweep against Toledo at home. WOUB reporter Taylor Nimmo was there to capture all the action.
Ohio University softball began MAC play on a high note against Toledo this past weekend. Friday night started the series off with a 10-1 victory. The team took advantage of Toledo's mistakes and capitalized on all opportunities. Coach Jody Hermanek says she appreciates her team's aggressive play.
You know, we take our at-bats seriously. They're personal, you know, so we really want to win every single one. And the base running was very good tonight. Aggressive move by Kenzie Brunswick, but hey, I'll take it. I'd rather have them be aggressive than not, and at the end of the day, I'll pat her on the back.
Star pitcher Savannah Jo Dorsey dominated, allowing Toledo only 1 run in the 5 innings. She kept her composure after allowing Toledo's leadoff batter, Chandler Rice, a shot to center field.
These girls, the hitters, they deserve that win because they were going out there attacking and they deserve the run roll, so I wanted to close it out for them.
Offensive star of the game, Morgan Gino, delivered 4 runs. She says that once they get the momentum going, there is no slowing down.
It just doesn't stop. It's like, I like to use the term foot on the gas, and we just don't stop. There's no like letting up a little bit because we're ahead. It's let's just get it done, foot on the gas, don't stop.
And they did not stop as they continued their dominance in their doubleheader on Saturday as they finished 8-7 and 3-2 respectively. For Newswatch at noon, I'm Taylor Nimmo.
Up next for Ohio softball, they travel to Kalamazoo, Michigan to face the Western Michigan Broncos. First pitch Friday is at 3 p.m., followed by a doubleheader on Saturday that begins at 1. I'm Megan Stamper, and that's it for sports. Back to you, Justin.
All right, thanks, Megan. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker may have just started a romance with Mindy Kaling. Booker playfully tweeted the actress Thursday after her character on the show, The Mindy Project, gave a shout-out to Booker, but shared her apparent negative view of Newark in a recent episode. Both gushed over each other, and Booker asked Kaling to join him for a dinner in Newark, who, get this, said yes. Booker even told Kaling that he would send a car to pick her up. Now let's go over to Ethan for one last look at the weather.
Well, thank you, Justin. Temperatures for overnight lows tonight will be around 55 degrees. I have those thunderstorms moving in, but they're beginning to weaken as we're speaking right now. So mostly rain for most part of the evening, and it'll begin to pick up, especially after midnight. Those winds will be out of the south at 0 to 5 miles per hour. And if any storms do move in, those winds will begin to pick up just slightly, but nothing more than 30 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, I have rain in the morning, but overall mostly cloudy skies, and those showers should be ending before the noon hours. And those winds will begin to shift from the north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the 7-day forecast does show those temperatures begin to stay in the area, and then only chance of rain is on Thursday and Friday.
All right, thanks, Ethan. That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Justin Holbrook. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.